let's absolutely get it started. I hope my phone doesn't die. Woo! So today we will be talking about Emily Axford. She was born in 1984 and grew up in Albany, New York. She went to George Washington University and got her BA in Religious Studies, which I think is very interesting. And she moved to New York City and she joined UCB, which is Upright Citizens Brigade, I got there, which is a comedy troupe. They have a New York and an LA theater group, and they're both still very prevalent. And then she also started working at College Humor, which is an online sketch show that was, I think, on YouTube, but maybe they have their own website too. When we were too young to watch it, probably, maybe. I don't know if any of you guys watched Fake in a Mirror. No? Okay, that's totally fine. So she also worked as an actor and a writer, so on College Humor, and then on other things, she wrote and starred in a show called Hot Date with her husband, Brian Murphy, but we all call him Murph. That's just what happens, I guess. Then in 2018, College Humor switched to Dropout, which I talk about a lot, and you hear about it. And so she continued working there, doing the D&D show Dimension 20, and then she also did D&D shows like Critical Role. Woo! Big Critical Role fan here, great. And she also has a podcast with her husband and two other friends called Not Another D&D Podcast. We got a question in the back.
Yeah, so does College Humor not exist anymore?
No.
And it is now Dropout?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, none of the people watching the YouTube are gonna have that question. That's a you question, but that's totally fine. No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's literally, don't get it. No.
Is that meant for the service? It's lost, man.
Cats. They have lots of cats. It's really cute. This is NADDPOD. I talk about it a lot. We can put some faces to names for the crowd. Okay.
That's what that stands for?
Yeah.
I know it was stood for something.
Yes. So NADDPOD, aka Not Another D&D Podcast, is the actual play show that Emily does with her husband. So this is Emily, Caldwell, Jake, and Murph, and they do this D&D show together. Super cool, super chill. Love these white millennials. So they've done the podcast for 7 years. They've done 3 campaigns, which is what seasons are called in D&D. And Emily does all of the scoring, background tracks for the shows. As some of us know, I'm a big fan of Healing Worm. It's a great song. Maybe I'll play it in the back now. And I'm gonna be dancing, but the dancing will go along with the music. Okay, thank you, yeah. Okay, next slide. So, this also something that y'all got to get hip to, Charlie kind of and this is one of the songs I played for you. So this is her first album, which I'm not going to talk about it at all, but it's called Doomsday Diaries. It's so good, so slay. The TV show I'm writing in the TV show class, inspired by this album. Actually, I'm going to keep that running.
Are you going to do that during class?
Oh yeah, totally. Okay, y'all, sorry for that small pause. We're getting back into it. Okay, I have to introduce this. Okay, so we're gonna listen to our first song. Hey, what did I say about chatter?
Sorry. They want to have something. They want to share something with the class.
Okay.
No, I just have Fitz's campaign in my mind.
Oh, totally. And work, and maybe we'll do something scandal related for the YouTube channel.
It's handled.
Do you want to do? I want to do tier list, whatever. Let's get back into this. Okay, so this was released after the first campaign in 2020. It's more fan service than some of the other songs because it relates to kind of a catchphrase that they use. We're gonna listen to a small excerpt of it. So let's get into that.
Weary mage, fighter lost, 'cause I am here with you tonight. So lay down your head next to me on big bed if you need some company.
Word. Okay, so this song is called One Big Bed. We're gonna break down the lyrics. Wait, I will break down the picture. So,
Not in front of the child. He's a Boy Scout.
he's like, it's fine. He's
Do they
grown.
always sleep with real people? Or?
Stop! That's Papa! That's Papa!
That's Papa.
He's her familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Moonshine. This is the character. What?
Is this the lawyer one? Where he's a lawyer?
The possum is a lawyer.
Bosom is
Yes. Okay. Wait. Okay. Yeah. No. She has huge tits. That's
not the first thing y'all noticed?
That's part of the character. This is Moonshine. This is Beverly, and this is Hard One.
Wait.
Hard One.
It's coming back to me.
Stop! Jake's gonna like that too much. Don't do that. I don't like that. Okay.
Oh my god.
We're gonna break down the lyrics. The first 4 lines is all in reference to specific events in the D&D campaign. So I'm not gonna talk about this in class, but I'm gonna spoil it for y'all because y'all are not going to listen.
No, I'm
So-
on episode 30.
It's fine. So Weary Mage refers to Moonshine, who's a druid. That's like she has powers, cast spells, and like going through stuff always. They actually had to homebrew a mechanic so that she could get more spells back in the D&D, whatever. And then, so spoiler for something that I haven't even listened to in the campaign yet, but I already know, is that Hard One actually dies. And then he gets reanimated as a half-elf because he got like turned into a vampire also. So like super fun stuff. And then broke your back at what cost refers to young Beverly over here who goofed a god, and he like, kind of tried to play a prank on a god who was at the top of a tower. That god said, hey, you actually can't do that. Pushed him off the tower. He almost died, and he was like out for like a full episode or something like that. So that was pretty crazy. The next 3 lines, that's kind of just like life, right? The world ain't kind, but that's all right. And then like, cause I am here with you tonight, like love. So like also referencing like in the world, but like could be anyone. And then going into the chorus here, obviously One Big Bed refers to this catchphrase that they use. So in D&D, for those who don't know, you can take short rests and long rests. So short rests give you some of the stuff you need back, like health-wise. Long rests give you everything back. But when you're in an actual play show like this, they can't really like do long rests all the time for story reasons. They have to keep it moving. So it's really special when they do get to do a long rest. And every time, since the beginning of the campaign, they always chanted One Big Bed so they could all sleep in one bed together. Because they're like a little family, #found family. I think the first time it was maybe circumstantial, and then they did it for the rest of the campaign. So that's what the song is about. So that's our first song. Very fun. Yes, Cam, so sorry.
I haven't finished it. Did the purple one and the orange one kiss?
I don't think so. But it's like they're very shipped.
Why don't they kiss and then adopt this
I
one?
don't think they ever did PC on PC romance. That's just like not super the vibe. Also, Moonshine, like, okay, for reference, Moonshine, they just went to the Feywild when I'm listening, and Moonshine said there's like a bunch of these dryads which are like tree girls, and in the campaign, all of the dryads are valley girls, and their names are all Triss.
We love.
It's very funny, but it's Murph voicing them, so it's like really funny. But the Trisses like had like some information that they wanted, or no, the Trisses had drugs, and Emily as Moonshine immediately said, oh, I pay really well in cunnilingus. So that's like kind of Moonshine's vibe. Yeah, what? Okay, so we're gonna get to our second song. This song was for the second campaign. This song is kind of different than the first one. Though they're both like, obviously like fan service, like super cool for the fans. The second song was written kind of over the course of the second campaign and goes along with one of Jake Hurwitz's characters called Henry. And the backstory I'll give y'all is, so Henry was a sailor, and he was like a fuck-ass sailor. He was also like a fuck-ass man. His wife hated him. No, we like Henry. So
By fuck-ass, do you mean just like bad at all of the above?
Yes, exactly.
Did he not do the laundry?
What?
He didn't do the laundry.
Did he
at all?
sink the ship? Like, how do you be a fuck-ass sailor?
So I don't remember if he sank the ship, but he just is kind of like down on his luck. So this song is called Ill Luck Henry. Jake wrote the first verse. Not one we're gonna play, kind of part of one we're gonna play, but in character, and was like singing it in one of the things, and then Emily made it an actual song. So let's listen.
Ill luck Henry, cursed sailor, he never should have left the shore. Ill luck Henry, hopeless lover, let's toss him overboard. The gathering storm is a menacing sight. Strike the sails, all hands on deck. Side by side we stand and fight to avenge Arena and the lead. Ill luck Henry, badass bait, he might just keep his promise made. Ill luck Henry, first third mate, fearsome with his trusty shade. Ill luck Henry, fortune's blade, he might just keep his promise made. Ill luck Henry, blessed fate, he might just save the day.
I think you could look into this.
That's Henry. Are you all gonna say he's super hot?
He looks like almost every man I've ever dated.
Yeah, no.
He looks like Captain Hook.
And he also doesn't look this hot. This is like he was described as not decrepit, but like old man.
So this is just a sexy picture.
Yeah. People just like to draw him sexy because it's not fun to look at old men.
Yeah.
Sorry to old men. Okay, let's get into the lyrics. So this part up here is either similar part of either part of or what Jake wrote, and then the rest of it is Emily's lyrics. But I think it's very cool that like Jake is like credited on the song on Spotify and everything. It's very cute. Song was basically, I think it was released right like in the episode before they went into the final battle. I could be wrong about that though. But it is kind of like their battle cry song because it references like a bunch of stuff that is them going into their final battle. So, obviously side by side, standing and fighting, they're adventurers, they're fighting like an evil necromancer. It was crazy. But they are avenging two characters, Arena, who was alive but like absolutely got like fucked over by this person, and then Alette, who in Henry's backstory, he like lived a bunch of lives, like relived a bunch of lives, we'll get to it in a second, because of a promise that he broke. But Alette was like the reason she died, that was like the reason he broke his promise. And so that's what that reference is. Very sweet, cool, deep cut story references. Over here, I will just like point it out more. You can see the guy behind him, that's like his shadow.
Oh.
So that and the line fearsome with his trusty shade are both referencing basically like a game mechanic, because the character or the class that, or subclass technically, that Henry is he is the Echo Knight subclass, and that basically means he gets like a double, usually a shadow kind of like theme, and so his shadow is named Hank, and he's like even more fuck ass than Henry is, and he just like is sometimes there and like also helps in combat and stuff. So that's what that's referencing. And then over here we have he might just keep his promise made, which hints at the fact that Henry broke a fairy promise that involved Olette, and that was the reason that he was stuck reliving his lives over and over again. And then once they like fought this battle, it was kind of like resolved. So that's super cool.
What was the promise?
I actually don't remember. I watched it a second ago. Leo! Woo! Hey, Queen. Let me pause. And we're back. Oop, we're kind of falling. We're back. Okay. So we're gonna move on to our final song, y'all. This one is maybe out of the three of them my favorite, but I can't even say that. I don't know. Whatever. But this song was released after the third campaign, and it's kind of different than the other two because the main character of the third, or excuse me, Emily's character in the third campaign, not the main character, there are three main characters. Emily is just like main character of my heart. The character Emily played, her name is Calliope Petrichor, but everyone calls her Callie. And Callie was a bard paladin, multi-class T. Yeah, and but a bard in D&D that is a musician. So these songs are actually written from Callie's point of view. It's an EP of lullabies. I'm just showing one song, but she has an EP of lullabies, and they're all really beautiful and like sad and like but like sad. So we're gonna get into this one. It's called The Moon's Elegy. Love it so much.
'Cause we share a sky, but I still can't seem to catch your eye. Try as I might, I'm forever half a day behind. I crave your light like a moth to the fire. Why, oh why? And you burning brightly in me so blue. How can I get close to you? And you with your fire and me with my gloom. What's a moon supposed to do when everyone wants to be with you? That's why I'm so blue.
Okay, so this is Callie and her duck Foster. He's magical, super cool. They're actually like, so for each campaign they like have like a team name, and for the third campaign they were called Duck Team. Really cool. So though if you took it out of context of the story, I feel like the message of the song could kind of be placed in like a bunch of different contexts. It is a very, very specific context to the story and to the character. So, Callie is an Eladrin, which is a species in D&D that is, they come from the Feywild, and they're like elves, but they have like, they can shift between the different seasons, so spring, summer, winter, fall. And Callie is a spring Eladrin, mostly. Emily specifically like flavored, which is like what you call in D&D when you like kind of change something a little bit. She flavored the character as a rainy day Eladrin, but she also sometimes switched to a winter Eladrin if the circumstances or like the circumstances of where they went to like the frosty north area, or the story situation changed and she was like sadder. So that's a bit about Callie, but her sister Syra is a summer Eladrin. So she's like super fiery, super cool. I can't for the fucking love of God find fan art of Syra. So pissed off. And like I could make it myself, but that's like a lot of work. But Syra, baddie, fire version of Callie. So like obviously these like kind of like fire fire blue metaphor imagery is relating to both of them. And then kind of the overall messaging in the story, in the song, is about how Callie feels like she can't catch up with Syra or like, can't like get into her life, and that is kind of symbolizing through the story. We just follow Callie, but you learn that Callie and Syra were given like similar choices, but like they went different paths. And also,
Hold on, her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister?
their mom was a like kind of government agent for the queen, but she was like, she could see the future, and it like fucked her up, and she's like super sad about it. But her mom knew that Callie was more special, like had like a bigger part to play, but like didn't want to tell her. So she like pushed Callie away and then like gave all the responsibility to Syra, and that put like Callie in a really fucked up position. Like she could never catch up with Syra. So that's kind of like a bit of backstory to understand the song. And then on top of that, a lot of Callie's like internal emotional journey throughout the story was about reconnecting with her emotions and like being able to like talk about them and stuff. And so that is kind of like also shown throughout the song. And it's really beautiful and sad, and I love it. And I love Callie. Callie's one of my favorite of Emily's characters. So this is actually not for you guys or for YouTube. This is my writing prompt that I have to do for class, so that doesn't matter. And actually that's going to be the end of the presentation. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching and for commenting on my TikTok and saying that I should do this. That was super cool. Question for the class. One person here said that this guy over here looks like a lesbian. Let's go back to the bigger picture. Do you guys think this man looks like a lesbian? And do you think that's why sometimes I think he's hot?
I think I know lesbians who look like him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He also, wait, let me... Brian K. Murphy.
What's the case about?
I don't know. Let's see.
Wait, you might need to verify.
Verify what?
Gay guy, you should be a gay guy.
Oh, wait. Ah! That's...
That's it?
No. This guy.
I'm so weak. Oh my god, wait, but in the picture where he looks little, it's...
That's his college humor photo.
Yeah.
Where he's a baby. Wait, what am I looking for? No, I'm just trying to find out what the K stood for. It doesn't say anywhere.
Maybe it's like Connor. 100%.
He looks like Bradley Mulligan in that photo.
They're like twins.
They're...
Leave it that photo. Wait, show Matthew Mercer.
What do you mean, show him?
He has long hair too.
That has nothing to do with this. I'm asking...
Gay too.
Okay, no, Matthew Mercer does look like a lesbian. Like, he wears this shirt a lot.
He runs that TJ Maxx. Like, real. These are all the same dudes. Like,
Yeah, they're just white men. They're just white men. I know.
yes, look at him.
But he's more sultry.
No, but recently his hair is causing white person blindness right now.
Like and subscribe! Click on one of Claire's videos here and then the other one over here and watch all of them because she's the fucking best.
Follow her on TikTok and like and comment on all of her TikToks.
Make her famous. Yeah.
Yeah.